So my name is Olivia, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about jealousy. A bit of an unpleasant topic, I know, but admit it, you've all been jealous at one point in your lives. This was a picture I had on my wall, actually, as a child, and I was always told jealousy's a bad thing. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. From what I could tell, not such a pleasant emotion. So now, about 12 years later, I've heard a very different story about jealousy, and that's what I'm here to share with all of you today. I'm here to tell you to accept and even embrace your jealousy because it has its benefits, and evolutionary psychologists argue that it's even adaptive. So jealousy is a feeling of anxiety or suspicion caused by a perceived threat, such as a threat to your relationship. People who are jealous sometimes have pain, unease, paranoia, and jealousy has even been recorded as the motive for countless murders. So how could jealousy possibly be an adaptation? Well, an adaptation is something that makes us better suited to our environment. It will increase our fitness, meaning that we can survive and reproduce and pass this gene on. So jealousy can be an adaptation because it allows us to detect infidelity in our partners. This is something that would surely compromise our fitness. How does jealousy do this? Well, jealousy is a warning system. When we imagine our partner cheating on us, our pulse increases and our skin conductance increases, indicating emotional arousal. Psychologically, we feel anxious, insecure, and paranoid, and these 2 things put together put us on high alert. But that's all jealousy is going to do for us. We're going to feel uncomfortable, but from there on out, it's our job to problem solve. We may decide to become protective over our mate, to act to remove the possible threat, or maybe even make ourselves seem more attractive. And these things serve to protect our relationships and our families and our fitness. And that's the important thing, that people with this infidelity detecting system, which is a trait now known as jealousy, will have higher fitness and will pass this gene on. However, males and females feel jealousy differently. So in a study in 1992, they asked men and women to decide what would make you feel more uncomfortable. If your partner cheated on you sexually, say by having sex with another person, or romantically or emotionally, by falling in love with another person. As you can see, overwhelmingly, females feel more disturbed by the thought of their partner cheating on them emotionally. And for men, it was the opposite. They were more disturbed by the partner cheating on them sexually. So why this difference between the sexes? Well, it all comes down to the different challenges men and women face throughout our evolution. For a woman, the limiting factor in her fitness is her eggs. This is a more rare gamete than the male's sperm, and it's a larger gamete, therefore a larger investment. And this paired with the fact that she's carrying a child in her womb for 9 months means that she wants to maximize the fitness of each of her children. But how does she do this? Well, she needs male investment. She wants someone who's going to be able to care for, protect, and feed her family. The biggest threat to this male investment is when her partner falls in love with another person. In this case, he's more likely to devote his resources, like his food, to this other person. And this is putting the health of the first woman's child and her fitness in jeopardy. So the struggles of our ancestral females are what make women today feel more emotionally jealous. But what about men? They're more impacted by sexual infidelity. So when a woman has a child, she knows it's hers. But the man in this relationship isn't 100% sure without a paternity test, of course. So the most important thing to men is paternity certainty, being sure that the child that they're devoting their resources, like their food to, is going to increase their fitness and not another man's. So the best way to have paternity certainty is to be able to detect sexual infidelity, right? And that's why men today are more sexually jealous. However, both kinds of jealousy are adaptive. So this difference between the sexes has been replicated cross-culturally, but men and women feel both sexual and emotional jealousy in all these cultures. They just feel the one more strongly that would impact their fitness and that they should act on. And this can work for non-relational jealousy as well. If you're jealous of someone else's belongings or achievements, you can use that as motivation for yourself to get what would obtain or what would increase your fitness. So now, 12 years later, I've heard this very different story about jealousy, something that I think is a little bit more optimistic. And we know that jealousy is a nasty emotion and can have some nasty consequences, but we also know it has some benefits. So perhaps next time we feel jealous of a partner, we should look into the reasons behind that jealousy rather than pushing it out of our mind. And perhaps next time we feel jealous of someone else's achievements or belongings, we should use that as motivation for ourselves. So I hope that if you leave this gathering today feeling a little jealous of someone's talk, you can figure out a way to use that to your advantage.